because what you're suggesting is the common cause through this protection of classic Western civilization, which is, as you said, sort of a more white Christian male leadership. But if that's the case, how do we explain inroads into Black communities and Latino communities? Are they voting on something different? Did they not believe that? Did they view it as, oh, we're in that club now? How would you explain that?
Well, first of all, there's a reason that the Trump people carry Confederate flags. You know, that's you cannot forget that. And carry Nazi flags. Right. I mean, that's not to say they embrace all the different aspects of those different political movements, but all of those movements are ones that talk about a small group of people exercising their will and power over a majority, over people who are not like them. Mm-hmm. And if you think about the ways in which Hispanic voters, the Hispanic male voters switched to Trump, and some Black voters did as well, fewer than I think the pollsters suggested would happen, but also that white women,
female Latino voters as well,
and white women. I mean, the real thing, you know, we can talk about the different groups of minority voters, but this is white people who put Trump in power. Let's not forget that, including white women who will die from lack of medical care going forward. And, you know, the way I think about it is rather than thinking about politics as being, sort of coalitions, is really politics should be about governance, but it can be about power. And the way I think about it is if you have, 10 people in a room, 8 of them just want to get by. You know, they just want to put food on the table and have a good time and have their friends and have a nice life. But there are 2 people who want to control everybody else. And the way that they get that power is to get 6 people to turn against the 2 at the bottom. And the way that you do that is through the stories you tell. So if you can tell those people in the middle that those 2 people at the bottom, and you can pick them at random, because of the clothes they wear or the color of their eyes or their skin or whatever, then you can get power from those other 6. And that would explain to me anyway why people of color will turn against other groups of color, or why white women will vote against their own interests, or, because they are hearing stories that say, you must turn against those 2 people at the bottom, or we're going to turn against you. And it's why I do what I do, is because I think the stories we tell about who we are and the communities we are the way that you garner power.